Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730.
Okay, my BFF Jill 730.
I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations as always. You've made your way to the Buffington Post. Today it's time for another viewer feedback episode, so reach into your super gay Buffy bag and pull out your Fred glasses, some mysterious keys, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 10, Issue number 24, because today we're going to be talking about what you thought of In Pieces on the Ground, Part 4. Here we go.
I'm fresh.
You gotta
Gotta be fresh.
Alright, so first of all, I talked about how I didn't like this cover, how I said it didn't seem to have to do with anything going on in the actual issue, and I stand by that. And I had a couple people, Wednesday and Anas Bassioni, I really don't know how to pronounce her name, but I appreciate your feedback. Both of these people commented on the fact that, they see this as, this and that, and how the covers don't necessarily always spell out exactly what's going on within the issue. But again, my problem with this is that the focus of the issue is not on Buffy and Spike. It's just not. And I get where this fits into the arc and the ideas at play, but as far as the action, this has nothing to do with it. Over a year and a half ago, I was making the same argument about this cover for Season 10, number 9. It looks like Buffy of House Tyrell. We've got Xander on the cover, he's not in the issue. We've got Dawn on the cover, she's not in the issue. This is what I'm talking about, like, this is a problem. There was this one, I think it was for number 16, question mark. It's the one where Buffy's going through, like, the landscape of Spike's mind. And sure, the cover is like a landscape of Spike. It's got all these, like, different parts to it, but it makes sense. And it thematically goes for what's going on in the issue, whereas number 24's cover just does not. Does that make sense? I hope so. And if it doesn't matter. My channel. And Anas also said that basically, my reviews inspired him to go and catch up on all of Season 10, and that's probably the best comment I could have gotten, so thank you. Aurora XA, she said that she loved my choice of the Xena theme song, and I knew you would because your thumbnail is Xena, so thanks, I really liked it too. Alright, so frequent commenter Ken Miller says that this was his favorite issue of Season 10 so far. Basically, it's the kind of action and drama and stakes that he's been waiting for all season. He thought that beefing up the Siren Mistress's character, pairing her with the Soul Glutton and getting to see a little bit more of her magic and her vanity and just her playful side makes her a much more Buffy villain, which I agree. I agree that she came across more like a Buffyverse villain in this issue. It just, for me, it feels a little too late, you know what I mean? He talks about how right he and Amanda were about Dawn being a key, so yes, you were totally right. He's basically hoping that the whole Dawn Key situation isn't just a complete rehash of the end of Season 5, which I feel like we're safe. There's no way that it could be anything like the end of Season 5. I mean, all of the same kind of plots are there, but I think it's going to have a very different punchline. He talks about how Xander standing up for himself and telling Ghost Anya to go and hit the road and figure out her own problems is great for Xander, but again, I don't think that this is great for Xander. I think Ghost Anya needs to be dealt with, not just kind of sequestered away or left to its own devices. We need not Ghost Anya to be figured out for us very soon. And he talks about the art of the issue being the main problem, and Mummy and I, Amanda, we were talking about this as well. We were talking about how it's not awful, it's not terrible, but the way that in this arc we switched artists halfway through, I don't know if they've got personal issues or whatever, it doesn't feel balanced. In Pieces on the Ground, Part 1 and Part 2 were both by Rebecca Isaacs, and now we get Megan Levins, and it just throws the whole, the aesthetic of the arc as a whole off for me. Knitting Mummy goes on to say that she really was expecting, of course, Dawn to play a larger role, and she likes Dawn. She doesn't get the Dawn hate, even when she was super whiny and all that good stuff. She's never really hated Dawn, and I agree. Dawn is just kind of this joke, and so much of the fandom hates Dawn that I love to jump on the bandwagon and just hate on Dawn for the fun of it, but I really appreciate Dawn. She does have a lot to offer us, and we're going to get to see exactly what that is as we move forward. She brings up a good point about not being a Spike fan who laments the passing of his old badass ways. Though my favorite Spike is season 7, and she'd not be happy if they changed him, but she does feel that Buffy thrives on drama. And so, I agree. I like that Spike does get to evolve, and what I most disliked about the Spike character from about the middle of season 7 forward is that he does go and put on his duster and tries to kind of, again, reclaim this identity, and I feel like he needs a new one, and we do a good deal of getting Spike kind of earned back for us throughout season 10. That's one of the things I've really liked about Spike, is how he's not pushover Spike from season 6. He's not barely here Spike from season 9. He's very much present, and he's doing things that we've never really seen the Spike character do, and I really do appreciate that. Wednesday said that the issue was just okay until the Soul Glutton got Dawn, and then it really picked up for her. She said it really felt like an episode of the television show from start to end, and so, yay, the key's back, she says. She likes my theory about Dr. Mike, and I do too, and somebody else told me that it was going to be really wrong, but hopefully it's not. I was talking about how I really wanted to see more of Buffy kind of momming Giles throughout season 10, and she says that she doesn't know how capable of momming Giles Buffy really is. She says that depending on how the writers handle this Buffy relationship, she might be done with the comics, which is scary because we've got a whole nother season, promised to us, so please don't leave us Wednesday, we need your input. And on that note, I will say, Buffy could get awful. Buffy, the comics, could just get awful. I could be here 80 years old, and the comics could have been awful for 50 years, but I'm still going to be talking about it because it's official Buffy canon, and I can't just let it go. Even if the books get terrible, I'm going to keep buying them so I can tell you how terrible it's gotten and how awful it is, because I can't not live with Buffy, okay? So this is what I'm talking about. Natalia said that she enjoyed my video even more than the issue, so I like you, Natalia. She says about Dr. Mike, I'm pretty sure the writer said that he is not going to be a surprise bad guy or anything of the sort. It wouldn't be the first time the Buffy fans are intentionally misled, though, and I don't blame them. We are no easy fandom. Not easy to please, and not easy to surprise either. Amanda, I can't find the comment here, I'm looking, but I know you said that you feel like this season is the most like a season of the television show, and I really agree to that point. Some of it seems very episodic, and yet we have this great through line of the new rules and all of the consequences of that, and young Giles and all that good stuff. It's really working for me. Season 10 has worked, I think, a lot better than season 9, honestly, and I'm rounding out my season 9 coverage, and we will talk about the real problems of season 9 when I get to the end of it, but I feel like you've really hit the nail on the head. This really does feel like a season of the show. Season 8 came in and they were like, okay, we're going to be a comic book and we're going to go all over the place and it's going to be fun and it's going to be big and it's going to be a little bit too much, but that's kind of the point. Season 9, it was a little bit too little too late, but that's kind of the point. Whereas season 10 has had a really good balance. I agree. There's more talk back and forth between Ken and Amanda about what's going on with Xander and Anya and all of the kind of stuff that's kind of not really been dealt with in season 10 so far, but as we do know that we're getting in season 11, we can keep talking about it for a long time, can't we? But that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about. As far as what Ken said, he said that this was his favorite issue of the season, and I don't agree. Personally, I think that issue number 19, Freaky Giles Day, was the best issue of the season so far. We still got 6 more, but this is my crown. This one sits on the throne because, the Buffy show is so good, and it's got music, and it's got actors, and it's got all of the little tricks that you can do with film and television, and it has all of that to lean on, and this one made me cry. No music, no actors, just these characters that we love and that we've spent 20 plus years with. This is our power couple, Buffy and Giles. I love this issue for everything that it does. Everybody's very well used. There's not a whole lot of Willow, but everything else here works perfectly, and this is my number 1 for season 10 so far. So please tell me what your favorite issue of Season 10 so far is in the comment section down below. Let me know what you're excited about seeing in number 25, and you can stay tuned for a review for Season 10, number 25, coming up this Wednesday, March 16th. Alright, thanks so much for watching, everybody. You can come right back here to the Buffington Post anytime for Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Faith reviews, Buffyverse discussions, discussions on the other Slayers, and more. Hope you're having a great 2016 so far. Have a great day today, and we'll see you next time. Bye. And by the way, Planet Earth, I just wanted to say the obvious, and kind of not the obvious, but the really important, which is that the show ran from 1997 to 2003. The comics have run from 2007 to 2016 and counting. And so really, even though we've only had 3 seasons of comics, we have had the comics for longer, and that's because of readers like you and me who are keeping this fandom alive. So, thank you.
I'm fresh. You gotta be fresh.
Okay. My BFF. Joe? 730.